Hi, welcome to Maverick and Dempsey's Rundown. Happy New Year. Yeah, there she is. All right, so we've been gone a month, and we haven't been doing the NFL as much as we should have been doing. Last one we did was a Halloween holiday podcast. But uh, but we're back because, I mean, in all honesty, and I said this in the last podcast, the NFL storylines weren't that hot. There wasn't that much to talk about. Now, the last month has been crazy, and that's the biggest thing. That's the thing we're here to talk about is the crazy NFL seasons going on. We're a little bit of college thrown in. We'll start with a little bit of the college. LSU won today. They beat Wisconsin in their bowl, whatever bowl game it's called. It was an exciting game, probably the best bowl game of the season so far. Michigan and Alabama just wrapped up, and Michigan beat Alabama, so they're going to the championship, so we're happy about that. So it's a big win for us. As fans, a big win for LSU and a big win for Michigan, and it's nice to see Alabama get out of there. We're not the SEC, go SEC people. We're the we don't like you, Alabama, and we want you to go to hell. Yeah. All right, there you go.
Burn in the crown.
There you go. All right, some top NFL storylines. Okay, look, let's just forget all the storylines necessarily. How insane has this NFL season been? I mean, the only thing is the Ravens are unbelievable. And just 2 weeks ago, I was saying the only thing we know is the Ravens are great and the Niners are great. And we still know the Niners are great, but I mean they had a big air ball against the Ravens. So I mean, it's possible for every team to have it. The Eagles, if you would have asked me, 2 months ago who the best team in the NFC is, it would have been between the Niners and the Eagles. Now the Eagles have dropped 4 of the last 5. I mean, what is happening? They lost to the Cardinals today. The Cardinals, they lost to the Cardinals. She didn't even know. They lost to the Cardinals. How many wins did the Cardinals have this year? Was it the 4th win or the 5th win? I mean, they're one of the bottom feeding teams. I don't mind seeing it. If it happens, it happens. But it's just it doesn't make any sense. Like, look at some of these things. I'm looking at the scores right now. Jets, Browns. Okay, now Jets aren't a good team anyway. They've shown signs of life this season. They've thrown in like 3 different quarterbacks at different times. So they've shown signs of life. But for them to get stomped by the Browns, who has Joe Flacco coming off the couch, it's a great story. We don't like Deshaun Watson. That's why. I mean, the Browns, take him, leave him. I don't care. But Deshaun Watson is garbage, and we don't like him there. So, I mean, Joe Flacco going on board with the Browns and them going on some resurgence here at the end of the season, that's fantastic. I mean, I'm rooting for Flacco. He's a good dude. All right? We know the Titans are trash. Texans finally returned to form with C.J. Stroud in there. If C.J. Stroud is in there, you got a chance. If not, you don't. Cowboys, Lions. Lions getting screwed at the end of the game. I don't care what anybody says. They got screwed. It's a shame for the Lions. Both those teams are the teams that haven't really beaten a top echelon team. Lions got stomped by the Ravens. Cowboys got stomped by the Dolphins. So, I mean, it's hard to say that it looks like they're just going to be the bridesmaid and not the bride this year in terms of Super Bowl. Falcons, Bears, you're both garbage, but the Bears quarterback is actually showing life. So they may not be looking for a quarterback. They're first in the draft. They may not be looking for a quarterback as their guy's showing life. Saints, Bucks, big win for the Saints. It all comes down to next week then, man. I mean, we need Carolina to beat the Bucks. Are they going to be stupid enough to risk their draft order and win that game? Well, we're hoping they are. Bucks have everything to play for. Panthers have nothing to play for. But, I mean, we're hoping the Panthers, pull one off. If not, Saints hope to go in from a wild card because the Saints stomped the Bucks yesterday, 23-13. So we're hoping they get in. Where they got to beat the Falcons once again. Not that hard. If they can beat the Falcons, and if somehow the Buccaneers just throw up an air ball against the Panthers, I mean, that's what we're hoping. We're hoping the Saints get in there. If not, we're hoping some of the other teams drop out of the NFC in that wild card race, and Saints find a way in there. Patriots, Bills, closer than it's been for other Patriot games, but they did beat the Bills this season, so that wasn't guaranteed. Bill Belichick just kind of has the number of all the teams in his division, but he didn't yesterday, and he drops one to the Bills. I think they got 2 wins this year, and the Bills are just really, really competing. Now not just compete for the wild card, now they're actually fighting off with the Dolphins, who lost one of the Ravens yesterday, got blown out, as I mentioned before. But I think I did. But now it's looking like, I mean, the Bills could actually win the division. I mean, next week, it all comes down to next week. Next Sunday night, big game. I'm going to be watching. I hope you are too. It's good.
Probably.
It's going to be the Bills and the Dolphins for the division. The winner wins the division. If not, you got to hope to get in for a wild card, which depending on some teams that lose, they could get that wild card. Already talked about the Eagles and the Cardinals, Panthers and Jags. I don't care. Rams and Giants. I don't care. Giants are garbage. Rams are showing a resurgence. Niners stomped the Commanders as expected. Steelers beat the Seahawks. What the hell's going on here with the Steelers? I mean, Mason Rudolph goes in there, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, December, it's a weird Disney story. All of a sudden, he takes off. They have 2 big wins in a row. I mean, they beat the Seahawks, who everybody was betting against them on that one. So, I mean, that's crazy. Bengals, Chiefs. Bengals had it going their way. They could have won. They made some mistakes at the end, and the Chiefs got the win. The Chiefs are not the Chiefs of last year. This team ain't going to win the Super Bowl. It's looking like Ravens are bust this year. The Ravens, somebody's going to have to figure out a way to stop the Ravens and I think it's going to come from the NFC. I think it's got to come from the 49ers because I don't know who else is going to do it. In the AFC, maybe the Bills because the Bills can show magic at time. But I don't see the Chiefs stopping the Ravens. I don't see. We know the Dolphins ain't going to do it. They got stomped yesterday. I don't know. Like I said, it's one of those seasons you just don't know what's going on here. It's been backup quarterback central over here, and just a team wins one week and they look like $1 million and they lose the next. I mean, literally yesterday, everybody was on Baker Mayfield's nuts, talking about how fantastic he was all week. Really, he's fantastic. He's the answer. They wondered what were the Bucs going to do without Tom Brady. Enter Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's found a new home. Colin Cowherd going completely a 180 on this guy that he's hated since college and been known as a Baker hater. And now he's like, this guy's the guy. He's the guy. Fox NFL Sunday does a special about Baker. That like a special spotlight, a 5 to 10 minute spotlight of how this guy's just unbelievable. Then he goes out there and gets the ever-loving snot beaten out of him. I mean, if everybody was right on his nuts, well, you all got kicked in the nuts yesterday because Baker just died on the field yesterday. I mean, his aspirations of not a playoffs because he still has a chance, but a playoff success. I mean, if he gets to the playoffs, he's a one and done. There's no way in hell they're beating another one of those top teams in there. It's not going to happen, I mean, if they play the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Niners, I have no idea what the order is. But if they play any of those teams, they're getting stomped in the dirt, Even though the Eagles, you never know these days. But I don't know. It's just a crazy NFL season. I don't know what's going on here. We had some picks. Pittsburgh showing life, so maybe my dark horse AFC team is still alive. I mean, they are still alive, but maybe they have more than just a pulse, and they can actually make a run here. So we'll see if that happens. NFC teams, the Saints still have a chance to make the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to go for a run. My other NFC pick, the 49ers, are looking strong. In the AFC, the Bengals, Jake Browning, he's doing well in the backup role, but without Burrow, it just ain't going to happen. So in terms of our picks, I got two teams in there still showing life, the Saints and the Steelers. And then, of course, the Niners are looking like $1 million. And I think the Bills were a dark horse AFC pick for me. So they still have some life in them, too. So how's it going with you? How was your Christmas?
Good.
All right. You got anything to contribute to the football discussion? All right, nothing.
They were beaten by the Cardinals.
They were beaten by the Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
The Eagles lost to the Cardinals. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen this season. I mean, it's still looking like it's going to shape up to be the Ravens and the Niners in the Super Bowl, a rematch of the 2003 Super Bowl. But can the Niners get them this time? I mean, honestly, I like Brock Purdy. I'm a believer in Brock Purdy. But is he the guy that gets beat and comes back for revenge and gets you? That's the question. If this was Tom Brady's coming back like a phantom in the night, and he's going to take you down. If this is Peyton Manning's going to learn so much from that first game and that first loss. He's going to come back and he's going to bite you in the butt for it. So I believe in that. I believe in those guys, that they can do it. These veterans, Aaron Rodgers, same thing. He's going to torch you. He's going to find a way because you embarrassed him, all right? Does Brock Purdy have that dog in him? And that's if he's the one that makes it to the Super Bowl. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with injuries. We don't know what's going to happen with the other teams. But Eagles are out. They're not making it. Cowboys can't beat anybody that matters. I mean, the Lions were looking to beat somebody that matters and lost to the Cowboys. So, and Cowboys won on a fluke, so it ain't going to be them either. Was it going to be the Lions? Well, no. You're a fluky team anyway. You're not going to win unless it's a fluke. You're not going to beat the Niners. So who's getting to the Super Bowl? It just, can anybody stop the Ravens or the Niners from meeting in a rematch in the Super Bowl? I don't think so. If there is, I don't know. I'm not Nostradamus. I have no idea what's going on here. I'm just throwing out some picks here. But anyway, that's the podcast for this week. We will come back with one next week. We're making that a point. That's a New Year's resolution for us. Happy New Year to everyone. Merry Christmas behind that. But we're coming back with another podcast. We're gonna go through these playoffs. We're gonna hit you, in the last week of the NFL season. We're gonna get you all in the playoffs, and we're gonna keep this thing going. All right. This is Maverick and Dempsey. Peace out.